Three of the best crime movies in the past 30 years that feature the villain winning in the end came from the same director. A lot of crime movies are already very unnerving to watch, but this applies extra to crime films that actually feature the villain winning in the end. Seeing a villain get away at the end of the film or execute their intended plan to perfection always leaves me feeling so uncomfortable. Crime films that feature the villain win prove William Somerset's observation that the world is not such a good place at the end of David Fincher's C7N Right. Speaking of Fincher, he has actually made 3 crime films in the last 30 years that end with the villain victorious. David Fincher's best movies include C7N, Fight Club, Zodiac, The Social Network, and Gone Girl. While not all of Fincher's movies are crime thrillers, he has continuously shown an interest in the genre throughout his career. Even though C7N only had one on-screen murder, it disturbed audiences all over the world, and Fincher has continued to do so with several more movies. In particular, C7N, Zodiac, and Gone Girl stand out as 3 Fincher movies that feature the villain winning in the end. David Fincher has released 3 great crime movies since 1995 that have the villain winning in the end. Throughout C7N, detectives William Somerset and David Mills investigate murders that reflect the 7 deadly sins. However, before they catch the murderer, John Doe turns himself in. Turning himself in is all part of John Doe's plan, so that he can get Mills to finish his murdering spree at the end of C7N. By killing John Doe, Mills illustrates wrath, the final deadly sin of the movie. 12 years after C7N, Fincher directed Zodiac, in which reporters are also trying to figure out a serial killer's identity. However, unlike in C7N, the serial killer in Zodiac never reveals their identity. Since Zodiac is based on real-life crimes, it is even more disturbing that the serial killer is never caught. Failing to catch the Zodiac killer means that the characters in the film will potentially be haunted for the rest of their lives. While Amy Dunn is not a serial killer in Gone Girl, she is undoubtedly the villain of the movie. In the film, Amy tries to paint her husband, Nicholas, as the villain. Amy even manages to successfully manipulate the media at the end of Gone Girl. At the end of the film, after murdering her old friend and creating a false story of rape, Amy threatens that Nicholas' life would be in danger if he ever tried to get a divorce, which hauntingly showcases how she has trapped him. Letting the villain get away is what often makes David Fincher's movies so interesting. By so often letting the villain win in the end, Fincher has cemented himself as one of the best thriller directors ever. John Doe, the Zodiac Killer, and Amy Dunn all winning in the end makes C7N, Zodiac, and Gone Girl even more fascinating on repeat viewings. Once everything is revealed at the end of these 3 films, viewers can go back and watch every scene in the movie more closely to see how it all comes together. While the Zodiac Killer remains more of a mystery in Zodiac, John Doe and Amy Dunn, shockingly winning at the end of C7N and Gone Girl, have also cemented them as some of the most terrifying villains in cinema history. In many ways, these 3 films are very uncomfortable and unsatisfying. However, it is hard not to revisit them since they are so impeccably crafted by Fincher.